Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my April 2021 beauty favorites. Before we begin, can we just say I got my hair cut finally, you guys. It's been 6 months since I had it cut. I actually had an appointment booked for December, and then lockdown happened and everything was shut up until I was able to finally get it cut yesterday. I'm so happy. Like, I just needed with all them split ends that were just hanging on like a toxic friend to be cut out of my life and removed. And I had an Olaplex treatment done. I dyed my hair the other day, so I'm feeling fresh. I'm feeling me again. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some makeup, some skincare, some old products, some new products, some things that I've been continuously loving, as well as new things that I've been loving. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is start off with what I always do, is generally base products. So it is foundation, and I'm actually showing exactly the same thing I showed last month because I've again been continuously loving them. So the first one is this foundation here by Maybelline. It is the SuperStay Activewear 30-hour foundation. My shade is in Warm Sun. This is my holy grail, you guys. I've actually nearly finished it and I'm going to be repurchasing it. It is full coverage. It doesn't move. It doesn't go shiny on me. It doesn't crack. It doesn't look aging. It doesn't emphasize my pores. It barely transfers and is absolutely excellent. And considering it's drugstore as well, makes it even more better because of the fact that it's so much more affordable for people. Next is the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint. My shade is in number 10. I'm using that on my face today. I think this is a great base product from Fenty. I've not really been a big fan of their other foundations in the past, but this one I've been very, very happy with. It is light to medium coverage. I tend to obviously wear it on the more medium coverage kind of side when I'm not really feeling like going in full coverage, because I'm loving my skin so much more these days and there's so much less pigmentation and hyperpigmentation on my skin, as well as any kind of skin damage because of the kind of skincare that I use. I do not need to always go in with full coverage. Obviously, whether you've got perfect skin or not, full coverage is a completely subjective and personal thing. But in my case, on those days where I don't want to go in with full coverage, I will use something like this. It sits beautifully on the skin because of the fact that you don't actually need to use that much to build up any kind of coverage. It doesn't break down the same way that other foundations can do throughout the day because there's not as much product on your face. And of course, it blurs out the skin, blurs out any kind of imperfections, and I'm really happy with it. And then the last foundation is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Foundation. This is the new one. My shade is 320G, but I tend to use a tiny bit of lightening white foundation mixer in with it just so that it matches me a little bit better because it is a tiny bit warm for me. I love this in comparison to the original one, which I really did not like, didn't get on with. It leaves a beautiful full coverage finish across the skin. It's luminous matte, so it's matte with like a hint of sheen to it, but it still retains that matte look that a lot of people will generally wear it for. A lot of people don't like full matte. It can make you look very flat and 2D. So this is the perfect kind of foundation. It's got no fragrance in it, which means that your skin will not react like the previous one used to do for a lot of people. And overall, I'm really happy with the way that this performs and sits on my face. Let's go into eyelashes because I generally tend to forget eyelashes. I've actually just bought the box to remind myself. It's the Huda Beauty Sasha lashes, which is what I'm actually wearing on my eyes today. Quite a few of you have asked me in previous videos, what eyelashes are you wearing? It's these. These are my favorite Huda Beauty eyelashes, and I will wear them and wear them and wear them and wear them, and then I will bin them, then try something else, and then I will always come back to Sasha. The style of Sasha is one of my holy grail eyelashes. They're large, they flick out, they make my eyes look even bigger than they already are, and they're quite light and they last a really long time as well. I've already had these for over 2 months. Got a new concealer to share with you guys, and I've been using this consistently since I bought it. It is the new Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy Concealer. My shade is in 345 Medium Sand. This is a nice brightening concealer for me under the eyes. I am using it today. Now, even though this is marketed as full coverage, if you guys have seen my review video, make sure you check it out where I go into a lot more detail and I compare it to the original one as well. I would have mentioned that that one is definitely geared more towards combination and oily skin tones, and this one is more towards normal to kind of dry and more mature kind of skin types. And that's because the consistency of it is a little bit more creamy. Obviously it's called ultra creamy, but I also find as a result of that it kind of interferes with its full coverage claims. Now, because I'm not wearing full coverage foundation, that's why I have been using this one, because it still retains a lot more of that natural kind of cover under the eyes. I don't tend to use concealer on my face. I don't really see the purpose. I think if I want to do kind of covering, I will just use full coverage foundation. But generally, I've quite liked using this. It doesn't crease under the eyes and it doesn't move around. You do have to set it, obviously. Like all concealers under the eyes, I would always suggest setting it. It doesn't crepe under the eyes. It doesn't look aged. It looks a lot more natural than the original one as well, because of the fact that I find, like I said already, that it is not necessarily as full coverage, especially if you use a damp beauty blender to blend it out. If you want it to retain any kind of full coverage, use your finger, because your finger will not soak up any product. But bear in mind that that will obviously make it a lot more emollient under the eyes, because of the product hasn't kind of moved anywhere like it would do with a sponge. So just bear that in mind, because it may start to shift around. Let's go into lipsticks. The Huda Beauty Brown Obsessions Liquid Matte Minis. I absolutely love this set. This came out as part of the Brown Obsessions eyeshadow palettes. Huda has recently started doing matching mini liquid lipsticks, where one of the lipsticks is a permanent shade and then 3 are generally like a limited edition one. Personally, I prefer if Huda came out with these in full size, because even when she did it with the Haze palette, I loved those lipsticks, but then once they're finished, they're finished. So here are all 4 of them. I think every single one is absolutely gorgeous. Looks amazing against all skin tones. Beautiful different shades of brown. So you've got a darker shade going into a lighter shade, which is Trendsetter, which is one of my favorite new liquid lipsticks by Huda Beauty for medium skin tones. I've done a review on this, so if you want to look at swatches and everything in a bit more detail, check it out. Do a search on my channel. Staying with lipsticks, we've got 2 of the brand new Huda Beauty Power Bullet Cream Glow lipsticks. These for me have definitely been a lifesaver during Ramadan, when your mouth gets really, really dry, your lips get cracked, and you still obviously want to wear lipstick. I have been loving these. These 2 shades in particular have been my favorite. This one here is Rajah and this one here is called Honey Bun. I'm actually wearing both of them on my lips today, because this one is more on the browner side and this one is more on the pinky peachy side, so they blend together really, really nicely. The way that they feel on the lips is beautiful and comfortable. They have a nice natural kind of glow to the lips, so they make your lips look a little bit more 3D, a little bit more pouty, and overall the quality and texture is excellent too. They feel really nice and comfortable on the lips, keep them moisturized and hydrated. One more lipstick to show you guys, and you may be surprised to see this because I didn't give this the best in terms of review. It is the Charlotte Tilbury HappiKiss lipsticks. Now I've only got 1 shade to share with you guys, mostly because this is actually one I've used quite a few times, despite the fact that I'm not a big fan of the way that the shine literally lasts for like the first hour or so before it completely comes off. It transfers onto everything. It gets onto your teeth. It gets onto everything. You can't kiss people with this either, even though it's called HappiKiss, so there's no happy kisses going on. And the fact that this is not retractable, meaning that even when I show it to you, I've got to show it to you like this, because if I wind it up, I can't wind it back down. However, the colour itself is absolutely gorgeous. I've been mixing this with other lipsticks, and then I found that I can still keep that glossiness, because other lipsticks are a little bit more thick, whereas this is a lot more emollient. This is a mixture of lipstick, lip gloss and lip balm, but if you mix it with lipstick, then it makes it a lot more long wearing, and the colour itself is lovely. I'll show it to you guys. See? Obviously I can't see anything of what I just did. Let me check. I don't really think it added any shine to it, did it? You can tell on camera. But yeah, so I like this, but I don't love it. But it's been a favourite because of the fact that I've used it quite a lot in the month of April. Brow products, the Huda Beauty Boss Brows. Now, I've said it in the past, I'll say it again. This is the best brow pencil I have ever used. It is so thin. It is unbelievably thin. Can you even see it there? Look how thin it is. But this is also how much I've got left. It costs £15, and the reason why it's so cheap in terms of Huda Beauty prices is because there's barely any product inside, which is really unfortunate. By the time it comes to next month's favourites, this will not be in that video because it would have finished, and maybe I'll repurchase it. I have repurchased it when it's been on sale for like a tenner, but even still, I wish Huda Beauty would actually make a lot more product into this. The nib is so thin and so fine. I can get into every little nook and cranny of my eyebrows. It also doesn't transfer or rub off. And because of the fact that the nib is so small, you also don't accidentally overdo your eyebrows. You know, like that Sharpie weird look? I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I think I've definitely toned down my eyebrows a lot over the years. They're not as full on as they used to be. That's why I was happy when this came out, because then I could keep those soft brows that I like to have. It's got a nice little spoolie on the end as well. It's just the fact that it's going to run out so quickly. My favourite liquid liner, which is in almost every video, the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid liner. Just quickly, because I obviously have repeated myself many times for those of you that are probably bored of hearing about it, but it is a favourite of mine and it still is. So what I'm wearing today is a black felt tip with a kind of bendy nib. So it's very easy to get around the contours of your eyes without making a mess. It's full on opaque black. Only one layer is needed. It doesn't crack, it doesn't bleed, it doesn't fade throughout the day. It's absolutely excellent and I love it. The Maybelline Sky High mascara is one that I've been using quite a few times, especially when I didn't want to use fake eyelashes. I do like this quite a bit. It's got a very bendy brush and the bristles are made of like plastic. They're not like brush bristles. I find that this layers really nicely. It doesn't get clumpy or anything like that. For a drugstore mascara, I think Maybelline definitely does one of the best. I'm quite happy with this. I've got short stumpy eyelashes and it actually makes me look like I have something rather than nothing, and it spaces them out nicely so that it looks kind of like fanned. I've got two brand new primers to share with you guys, one of which I'm wearing today. These were gifted to me by Mercier. They actually sent me 4, but 2 are the ones that I wanted to share with you guys because these are the ones that I have found that I have loved quite a lot over the past month. I've not really used the other ones because they're for different kind of skin types, whereas I've got very specific skin type of normal to combination and tend to get oilier obviously in the T-zone with having combination skin, especially in the warmer months. So the first one is this one here, which is their blurring primer, and that's actually what I'm wearing today, you guys. If you've got oily skin, you will love this. This mattifies the skin beautifully. You can feel it as soon as you apply your foundation. Now bear in mind, I do a full skincare routine in the morning. I do my cleansing, my toning, my essence, my moisturizer and my sunscreen, and the sunscreen that I was using was a little bit more emollient than normal, so my skin felt a tiny bit tacky while I waited for it to dry. I got impatient and I put this on top. Immediately it mattified the sunscreen, mattified my skin. When I started to apply the foundation, I could feel that my skin wasn't catching like it can do sometimes if you've got moisturizer on. It glided across my skin beautifully and my skin has been looking matte ever since. It even says on the box that the blurring primer creates an instant mattifying filter, visibly reducing the appearance of fine lines, pores and imperfections. Microalgae conditions skin over time for improved look and texture. And yeah, I think this is excellent and quite a few of you will love this, especially if you've got oily, normal to combination skin. Now this next one that I've got of the Pure Canvas primer is the protecting one. By the way, these are all silicone free, and this one is called protecting because it actually contains SPF 30 with PA+++. So if you do not wear sunscreen, which you should, you can actually skip and wear this instead. It's still got quite a high sun protection factor. 50 is obviously ideal, but 30 is still very, very good as well. I noticed that there's no chalkiness or whiteness or residue as a result of using this. Some primers which contain SPF can still give you a white cast. That does not happen with this at all. So as this says, it's the protecting primer, provides the ideal blend of priming and protection. The weightless, non-chalky SPF 30 PA+++ helps protects the skin against harmful UVA, UVA rays. A vitamin C and E blend helps improve the appearance of skin over time. Now, obviously, like I said, I've got normal to combination skin. I found that this worked really nicely on me, and I particularly wore this when I knew I was going to be outside all day. Even though I wear SPF 30, an additional protection factor is not going to make me complain whatsoever. It worked really nicely with my foundation, and I think quite a lot of you will like this as well. Let's move on to bronzers. Yet again, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer. My shade is in number 2 medium. I love it. I'm using it to contour my face. I've been using this ever since it came out. It's finely milled. It blends into the skin beautifully. It sits so nicely over my foundation. It doesn't catch, it doesn't snag, it doesn't move, it doesn't fade throughout the day, and I think it's excellent. Also, the fact that it's refillable means that once mine does finish, all I have to do is buy the insert and then replace it. Another bronzer of mine which I show quite regularly, and I've noticed, ooh, it finally got a dent. It took long enough. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer, and the shade is Radiant Bronze Light. This is my favorite bronzer for warming up the skin, not contouring, because this has got small particles of shimmer in it. However, for somebody like me that's got textured skin, I generally tend to stay away from things which have got glitter and too much shimmer because it can accentuate the texture on my skin. This doesn't do this. This has got very micro fine shimmer in in it, you can barely even see it. But the colour itself is absolutely perfect for my brown skin tone. And I tend to use this a lot more in the warmer months, and also sometimes in winter when my skin's just looking dead, like, you know, pale, and I just need a hint of colour to my skin. That's where this comes in. It's again very, very finely milled. The quality is excellent. Hourglass is one of those brands which have got great quality products. They're pricey, but I've had this for 5 years, you guys. So it may be pricey, but trust me, it's worth it and lasts. I've got one highlighter to share with you guys today. It's actually the one that I'm wearing today. This is a drugstore one. This is from Sleek Makeup. This is one of their mono highlighters and it's called Cleo's Kiss Sphinx. I believe that they released a little while ago individual highlighters of their more popular shades, which are in their highlighter quads. I can't remember the name of the quad of this one, but I absolutely love this kind of dirty golden shade. It's not completely gold, if you can tell. It looks like a little bit off gold, but that's what I'm wearing on my cheekbones today, as well as to highlight other high points of my face. I love the quality of this. It's not glittery, it's just very, very high shine. It's quite powdery, however a little bit goes a long way, so you don't need to waste it by kicking up too much powder, because all you have to do is apply it and it adheres to the skin really nicely and looks amazing throughout the day. My Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. These names are so unnecessarily long. This is in the shade number 2 medium. I love this powder. I've been raving about this ever since I got it last year sometime, or the year before. I forget that we're not in 2020 anymore, we're in 2021. And it's May now, for God's sake. I feel like I'm still stuck in 2019 and I'm waiting for my year to continue. But anyway, I've been loving this for so long. It's a very, very finely milled product, which is what we're used to when it comes to powders from Charlotte Tilbury. It sets my foundation beautifully. It's what I've set my foundation with today. It stops any oils seeping through. It really helps to blur out the skin and give you that airbrushed finish, which is why it's called the airbrush powder. Before I move on to body and skincare, let's go through some eye stuff. All right, you guys, other than today in this video, and it's only because I'm wearing a green dress, I have been using these non-stop, like literally every single day. I don't even have anything else to show you guys other than the Huda Beauty Brown Obsessions eyeshadow palettes. I have been loving them, loving them, loving them. Sorry, I just had to get the other one out. All three of them are absolutely excellent. They're amazing. They're great. The quality is excellent. The colors are beautiful. They're perfect for all year round to use, but in particular for the spring and summer seasons, in particular these two here, which is the caramel and toffee one. Oh my god, the toffee one, which has got this amazing like yellowy gold, stunning. I love all three of them. So let's start off with hair care. I've only got one hair care product to share with you guys. I don't often show hair care, so hopefully you will like this. This is the Olaplex number 8 Bond Intense Moisture Mask. This is a brand new release by Olaplex. I've used this about 4 times, you guys. It's excellent. It's excellent. I already use Olaplex on my hair already as it is. I generally tend to use number 0, then I leave it in for 20 minutes. Then I put in number 3, I leave it in for another 20 minutes. Then I shampoo my hair. Then I would use my normal conditioner number 6, but in place of my conditioner now I use this mask. So I shampoo my hair, I let it dry a little bit with a towel. I just kind of throw my head into a towel, let all the extra moisture sink out, then I apply this. Then I use this on half of my hair. You're not supposed to use this on your roots. This is to help nourish and condition and fix up the rest of your hair, which is a lot older on your head. It says on here as well, this highly concentrated 4-in-1 reparative mask adds shine and body while providing intense moisture to treated damaged hair. I've got treated hair, I dye my hair. Damaged, well, it ain't now because all the damage was cut off, but I still have to maintain that moisture to my hair. Once you rinse it out, you then don't need to use conditioner because then you'll make your hair greasy. I can literally go like this. Okay, I can do it now because it's been professionally blow dried. But you can literally go like this and your hair feels like silk. It feels nourished. It feels like it's had an amazing mask on it. It feels like it's been given a great boost of hydration. And so many of you will love this, especially that even though it may look quite small, it comes at 100 ml. You only need, for my hair length, okay, my hair was like a little bit longer when I last used it, but for my hair length, 1 pump is enough. So if you've got even longer hair, 1.5 pumps, because all you need to do is rub your hands together and just run it through the bottom part of your hair, tip your head upside down, do it again, scrunch it around the ends, and voila, you're done. It's not something that kind of leaks off because it's got quite a thick sort of texture, but so many of you will love this. Let's move on to skincare, one that I've shared with you guys in the past, but it's almost finished now and I just had to give it an honorable mention, plus it matches my clothes and my background. It is the Innisfree Apple Seed Cleansing Oil. I love this. This is an excellent product. It is a cleansing oil which is enriched with apple seed oil and removes even the heaviest of makeup. It really does. It removes everything off my face. It melts all the makeup, all the sunscreen off my face. Doesn't irritate the skin. Doesn't leave a nasty oily residue behind either. And the fact that it smells like apples is divine. I'm definitely going to be repurchasing this. As you can see, this is how much I've loved it. It's down here now, it's nearly finished. Excellent cleansing oil. I actually prefer cleansing oils to balms just because, I don't know why, I just do. Another cleanser, this one is a slightly foaming gel type of cleanser. This is the Rosewater Daily Cleansing Gel by Good Molecules. Now, again, I've got to about there. I have nearly finished it. I've got about a third left. I've been using retinol on my skin for the past 2 months, so I have to keep my skincare quite simple. You can use acids and those sort of things in the morning, but not at the night time when you use the retinol. I actually use this just before I'm due to use my retinol, so I use my oil-based cleanser to double cleanse, then I follow it through with this. This is a very mild and gentle cleanser there to balance out your skin and bring down the pH level to its optimum level. It contains rose water in here as well as aqua to basically remove any remaining makeup that may be left on your face, remove any remaining oil that you might have missed, and my skin feels lovely, refreshed, not dry, and it really just makes my skin feel nice and soft. I've also got sensitive skin as well as eczema prone skin. I've got eczema on my face right now, not that you can see, it's hiding under makeup, but this kind of product is great for people that have got problematic skin too. Let's move on to a toner. This one is something relatively new that I've picked up recently. This is by Neogen. This is the Probiotics Relief Toning Pad. I absolutely love this. So inside, hold on, you've got a little set of tweezers on the top so that it stops you making this all gross with your dirty hands. I've got to be careful because there's actually toner inside here with the pads, and it will spill out. It keeps the toner pads basically moist. Here you can see it here. It's double-sided. This is the ridged side and then there's a soft side on the other. It's not got any properties that actually exfoliate the skin like other Neogen pads. This is very mild. This is again great for somebody like me who doesn't want to use anything acidic at the moment other than the retinol that I'm using. I'm not just using retinol, I'm using retinol combined with niacinamide as well as azelaic acid. And because I'm using a combination of these ingredients, it's important that the rest of the stuff that I use is relatively balanced and mild. So what this does is it moisturizes the skin, it hydrates the skin, it nourishes the skin, and because of the little ridges on here, if there's any little bits of dry skin, it completely removes them. This is definitely a great toner. I use it all over my eyes as well. As completely safe. And for those of you that maybe are quite new to skincare, you may like something like this. It really makes your skin feel soft and smooth once it's absorbed, and it absorbs really fast. Another piece of skincare is this one here by Skin Food. This is the Royal Honey 100 Hour Moisture Cream. It contains things such as olive fruit oil, sunflower seed oil, macadamia seed oil, squalene, mango seed butter, honey extract, royal jelly extract, beta glucan. So basically it is, as the name suggests, a 100-hour moisture cream. But the funny thing about this is when you apply it, the name makes you think that it will be something really heavy and quite thick, and it is the complete opposite. It is so light. It sinks into the skin pretty much within a couple of minutes. Now, after I've used my retinol on my skin and let that set, I then go in with this, and I generally go in quite heavily. I've got probably half, maybe less than half left because I use this every single night. It hasn't irritated my skin. When I wake up in the morning, my skin feels soft and smooth. This definitely plays a very big part in that. Because of the fact that it's so moisturizing, my skin literally glows the next day. I have not had any peeling or anything like that as a result of using the tretinoin on my skin. And that is because I've been using this. Another moisturizer, and one that's relatively new that I've been using for about 2 weeks, is the Dare Claire's Rich Moist Soothing Cream. So this is a comforting and deep replenishing moisturizer that contains a rich blend of hydrating ingredients. I read that off of here, by the way. I didn't just memorize that. So basically it is a rich moisturizer which is there to soothe the skin, as the name says. Again, I've been using stuff on my skin that is more hydrating than anything else, that penetrates the deep layers under my skin and makes my skin soft, smooth, plump, youthful looking. And you guys can tell me yourself, I've been using this on my face. I've been using all of these products. Look at how my skin looks, despite the fact that I'm using mattifying products as well. My skin looks plump, it looks youthful. It contains things such as glycerin, shea butter, jojoba oil, Centella asiatica extract, aloe leaf oil. So it's got all these ingredients which are there for soothing the skin if you've got acne prone skin, and if you're using kind of acids and those sort of things and you don't want a moisturizer which contains any of those kind of harsh chemicals, you can use something like this to soothe the skin as your final step in your skincare routine. It's very, very lightweight and it absorbs into the skin really fast, leaving your skin feeling nice, soft and smooth. Got 2 Lush products to share with you guys. I think they're both relatively new. This one here is called Mamma Mia Shower Scrub, and it says on the front, because they've always got something on there, take a chance on a powerhouse of pink ingredients that brighten and smooth. My, how could you resist it? That's what it says on here. So it contains, its main ingredient is fine sea salt. Let me just open it. It's never closed properly because it's one of those products that gets all a bit gunky around the edges and then you can't open it. So here we go. Earthy kind of smell, but it's nothing off-putting. It's bright pink. It's a mild scrub, I would say. Despite the fact that its #1 ingredient is fine sea salt, it's definitely not as abrasive as the ocean salt one, which I find can kind of tear up your skin a little bit. It also contains pink grapefruit peel, Himalayan salt, bergamot oil, rosewood oil, rose clay, and it basically leaves behind nice, soft, smooth skin. I think that this is great and I'm really happy that I bought this. So for those of you that don't like your really full-on scrubby scrubs, because they actually ruin your skin. People think that the more they scrub, the more they're doing, and you're actually just not doing a good job. Anyway, the last product I'm going to share with you guys is what I followed through with after using Mamma Mia. It is the Lime Bounty Body Butter. So this is one of the newest releases in terms of body moisturizers by Lush. This is a dreamy Persian lime perfume stirred into a bounty of nut butters and topped with a fresh coconut crumble. Apply this gloriously rich cream to anywhere that needs smoothing and making lovely. So let me just open it and show it to you guys. So it's green, obviously, as they said, it's lime. Now the thing is that they do put over the top, as they've said, coconut pieces, yeah? Now, or as they've called it, coconut crumble. I don't know if you can tell, I've kind of shoved the coconut to the side and I get my fingers to scoop out the actual product itself, because I don't have time in the morning when I'm getting ready for work to use those coconut pieces, which is basically just chunks of coconut oil, and rub 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 and wait for it to kind of melt into my skin. I don't have time for that. So I actually just use those at the weekend when I've got a bit more time to pay a bit more attention. But the good thing about this is quite an emollient body butter. Some of you will not like this. For those of you that don't like any kind of residue on your skin, you won't like this. I actually like the residue that it leaves behind. I like that my skin feels nice, soft and moisturized. Because of the fact that it is quite emollient and greasy, if that's how you want to call it, a little bit goes a long way. So you don't need to go overboard and it doesn't ruin your skin. I absolutely love the smell. It smells like limes. Let me just read some of the main ingredients quickly. Organic extra virgin olive oil, coconut extract, fair trade shea butter, fair trade organic cocoa butter, extra virgin coconut oil, murumuru butter, and other random butters in here as well. So that's it for my April 2021 beauty favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.